We have come into this house, gathered in His name to worship Him. We have come into this house, gathered in His name to worship Christ the Lord. Worship Him, Christ the Lord. So forget about yourself, concentrate on Him and worship Him. So forget about yourself, concentrate on Him and worship Him. So forget about yourself, concentrate on Him and worship Christ the Lord. Worship Him, Christ the Lord. And all the places I could be, God has fixed it so that our lives have come together. And God has placed the pastor here, and God has placed you here. And as you are here, then what the pastor wants to do is ask God, what do you want? Why did you send me here? Why did you bring me here? What do you want me to accomplish in this place? And so therefore, the pastor then ought to pray for direction, asking God to show me what it is you want me to do, because I can't do it on my own, but I can do all things through you. Amen? So you have to understand that's the first thing you have to do is pray for direction. And then after you pray for the folks over here that's out and so forth, and then I go by and then determine which lights ought to be changed after I try the light switch. Amen? And so every pastor ought to come in and at least take some time to assess what's what, why's why, where's where, before they begin to make those types of changes, because many a pastor has fallen in their ministry by walking in the door and listening to the first person who talks to them, or making any kind of decision based on what they did in their last church. You come and make some kind of assessment to what's going on. Why is this that way? Why? And all of those things. And some things do need to be changed. But you take time to understand how that, and carefully make those kinds of changes after some teaching and some conversation. And so there's a process, I believe, that needs to take place, and it's called the formulation of the vision. Salaries. We know we need certain programs that we want to sponsor. All those things cost money. And how much does it cost? How much did it cost last year? Did we raise enough money to do it? Then what can we do this year to ensure that we meet the budgetary objectives of this coming year? We look at last year, what we fell short, what could we do differently? We look at this year, about some things that the Lord is telling us about moving forward, how we're going to pay for it, how we're going to fund it. And those are things that you worked out among the pastor and those persons who he or she involves in that process. And I would always suggest as many people as possible. So they're going to be on one accord, because if there's one thing that tears up a church, is money. You automatically have just evaluated without even giving it a try. And you have set it down before you even got started, which also causes confusion, because some people are trying to decide, well, because then some people get the attitude that if I can't run it, I'm going to ruin it. I know not that here at Bethel, but some of the churches, that's how people are. We're going to do it. I'm going to run it. Or I can't run it. I'm going to ruin it. I'm going to make sure that nobody If I ain't gonna sing the solo, I'm gonna sing solo that nobody can hear. I'm gonna shut it down. If I can't fry the fried chicken, ain't nobody gonna have no chicken. If I can't cook the pound cake, ain't nobody gonna cook the pound cake. No, you can't use my this, you can't, because that's the kind of attitude that comes into the church. Not this church, but some churches that happens. Amen?
Amen.
Amen. You ain't going. You know you ain't going. You call, hey girl, Pastor been there yet? What? Do you know Pastor ain't been by that city? So? You know? And so everybody's going to hold the pastor accountable. And you should. We should be held accountable. Amen? Amen. But you should be held accountable too. Amen. Hello, lights. Amen. You should be held accountable too. Class leader, whatever, steward, trustee, usher, choir member, you sign up for the usher board. We don't need your mean stuff at the door.
Amen.
People come into church, barely make it in. The first thing they run into is a mean old usher. Or a Sunday school teacher, you know you can't stand kids. Oh, y'all don't like me today. Am I telling the truth or am I telling the truth? It does not mean that you are a bad person. It just means that this ministry is not for you. But there is something for you to do, because there's some things that you can do that I can't do. Bishops. Amen? And I'm saying that because one of the things that really becomes an area of contention in churches is that people want to run the Methodist church like the Baptist church. You came from the Baptist church and you were to bring Baptist polity to the Methodist church. It does not work. One reason is because the Baptist church, and I'm not saying trying to slam the Baptist church because it's a wonderful denomination too, but we're not it. We have a different polity. Baptist churches are congregational churches, meaning that when there is a need for a pastor, that the congregation gets together and they will interview a minister, and then that congregation will vote if this is the person that we want as our